All right. Yo, we got us a one rounder. GODTIER, King Israelite versus Fluent. Round one, King Israelite. It's on you.
Yo, Detroit is responsible for Eminem. You need to pay respect because respect is now due. The breeding ground for a lyrical virus that spread it throughout the world. So who y'all think is responsible for Flu? He's so gay, he even call his girl Ken and them. He in internet love with her. He write bars for her, so she's spitting them. I want to say he did the same for what's her name? Kaylee. I ain't gonna even get into them. We'll just say your whole style is feminine. You're not the blueprint. We all know who owned the right to that statement. See, you was copy and pasted, cut and edited, printed out in the studio basement. You sound more like a bitter rapper that never made it. Took Marshall's cadence from 99 and became rap famous. Dragging words and stretching lines in every rhyme. I think you stuck in the past, so I'm gonna bring you back to the future. I'm out the window of the DeLorean. You thought I was murdered the way I was letting that Mac fly. I mean, it's like a rumor. The way this 100-round drummer gets spread around. You hear the bodies pile, chop a body and bag it, no body found. Look, I reduce this so-called flu to a sneeze and a slight cough. This math for dummies. Just know I'm reaching for that 40. After I let this 38 round off, my aim is venereal. The barrel been diagnosed with the clap. Flu getting burnt after it discharged in his lap. So if you look through his stomach, you'll see the front of his back. I'll put this pump to your chin. Your brain will come out through the top of your hat. No cap. This plate was a trap. And you realize you in Leatherface's basement, awakened by his chainsaw. Something about hearing the sound of meat slicing. I could taste the fear in your blood, so meet Tyson. You in the ring with a gypsy king. They thought I was sick for trying to battle a flu. I almost doubted myself until I actually listened to Flu. Word to that Draco battle, your whole verse was trash. I'm going to give y'all 2 quotes from it. Then after that, we can continue with class. Quote, I'll beat you, son, like a drunk father. Yeah, he said that. Quote, they sent your head to get put down. You can't beat the vet, dog. Man, what? Hot garbage. I maneuver with this Mossberg like the Heimlich, applying pressure like sinus. You just the upper respiratory yeast infected vagina. More minor aches and pain, chest and nose congestion. Nothing severe, more like a common cold than a flu. I mucinex them. I early morning stretch them. All in front of your peers. They watch your body fall back to earth. You got swung off the GODTIER. If death can't escape these bars, then what make you think a goat will? I'll lacerate your neck until the fluid in your throat spill. I got no chill. This goat getting sacrificed in a circle of flame. Picture you making it out alive. They'll call that a fire escape. If I fire this 9, your face will get 8 by 7 shots. Carried by 6, took it to trial and plead the 5th. 4 counts of homicide. I did it in 3rd person. I give you 2 pops. How you give a flu shots? Look, got 50 on the line. Small bait, some on the hook. The line shook. Big fish, pull quick. Long barrel, pool stick. The flow is ferocious. You more of a Marcia Ambrosius. I'm sclerosis with these Maltese. You clitoris getting hit with the Taurus. This about to be a clean sweep. Swiffer, broom, mask on like MF Doom. Came from behind the back with it. All he saw was that bright yellow flash. Sonic boom. I squeeze it into the metal bin, banging my joint sideways out the window. That's a ghetto trend. I feed the metal to your son while he's still in your wife's stomach. Make her regurgitate shell cases and pieces of his face. That's nothing new. She could have been told Flu how babies taste. I cut your daughter head off, push a spear through her ear and flick it on my plate, spit in her face. I don't respect nothing my razor just ate. I'm a basket case. This is modern day cannibalism. I'm an animal. You trying to study Hannibal's rhythm, huh? The chamber of this 357 to get the turning like a doorknob. It's nothing to put brains in your lap. Nigga, that's a blowjob. This casket is getting closed.
What?
Like my closet where the soup's at. If I want your chest, I aim it low. Cause the sawed off got a slight kickback. If I want your chain, I slit your neck. Same thing with the watch and rings. I get the cutting things. You softer than gelatin, I'll push this butter knife through your skeleton. Heard you from Boston. The hardest thing that come from there are the baked beans. So I ain't feeling none of your homicidal and drug schemes. I mean, you strike me as an upright citizen that care about his credit. Educated and well-mannered. Because your parents had a real good marriage. Scholarships and private schools. They only wanted the best for their little flu. Now look at you. Unzip the bag. Make sure it's flu is going to be how they look at you. The autopsy will be how they look at you. At the front of this church is going to be how they look at you. All because through a scope is how I looked at you. Within the chalk line is how I depicted you. Arms wide open. World started away this clip going viral. I'm from Detroit and I'm sick with it. So the only way I'm catching the flu is through the barrel of a rifle. Okay. Man, I'm done with him. You done lost too much blood from learning the way this knife works. Cut his head off, stand on his chest and show him his body. Now that's the definition of light work.
All right, yo. Fluent, it's on you. Let's get
Whoever said them rhymes you wrote are kinda dope was lying, bro. You should have shredded those pages. Set them on fire and scattered the ashes over several locations. Your technique is irrelevant. You weak as the skeleton of a fetus developing in the embryo stages. In the womb of a hooker who's pregnant and paying the debtor today. The point is you should have aborted this in case you don't get what I'm saying. You bottom of the food chain. I'm at the top, running your spot. Grab your bitch, shove a gun up in the twat. Shoot you from inside of her, use her vagina as a silencer to muffle the child. Arms so deep in the bitch, look like I'm scrubbing a pot. Pulled a pistol out of pussy. Now it smell like rubbish that's hot that been sitting out for a month in the sun to just rot. Is you listening? What? We only a minute in and sun is in shambles. How the fuck he supposed to keep it a buck when he can't even come up with 100 to gamble? You a fucking bum, not a man, Duke. Talking about you hustling grams. I bet your supper was canned soup. Can't open your lid, spill your noodles, motherfucker. It's Campbell's. Maniacal. Always trying to find some new grimy shit I could do. Tell him his shoes untied. Grab the 9 and shoot the back his head when this faggot bend down to tie his boot. Israelite is true. It makes sense. I mean, you not residing in Israel. I wanted to bet 500. He acting like I tried to bet 6 mil. I wanted a plate. Instead, I got provided a kid's meal. Now I must destroy your pride. Put him in a box and there won't be no fucking toy inside. I said, let's bet $1,000. He said, let's bet 50. But I'm not about to argue with less of a man. Rather chop your arms off you than offer to lend you a hand. Residue keep me dirty from the gunpowder. How the fuck you managed to get 30 than a 1-rounder? Listen close, this gonna hurt you deeply. Some shit you can't band-aid like internal bleeding. You copy so many smack rappers, I'm surprised you ain't heard from Beasley. The way you reconstructing bars could be observed as cheating. I ain't saying you biting, but you nibbling like a gerbil feeding. You deserve this beating. Take several fucking seats like you reserve this seating. He ain't know any better, Flu. Well, he gonna learn this evening. Murder you and all them fags you brought. If you don't hand me your wallet like I asked you for it, I'll put the ox to you, gut you. Get the carving you, cut you like that last Newport. All these motherfuckers is trash and you ain't different. You said, and I quote, the Nina go yeah, like Luke Kane kicking. Son, what type of fucking fantasy world do you gays live in? You rap like a cocksucking faggot who hates women. You should be the poster boy for the new AIDS ribbon. 2K's gripping. I split your fucking wig like a toupee ripping. I'm easily overcooking this new slain pigeon-ass rapper like souffle chicken. You're not even close to my level. I approach and you tremble. Have you latching on to what's left of your ghost that just left you? They know that I'm the GOAT. No one coming close. I'll motorboat your bitch with the moving blades on a running motor of a boat. It's war. Kick down your crib door. Throw you out the 6th floor window, bitch, boy. Jump out with you. Shank your neck in midair like this Troy. This fucking featherweight step to the champ got destroyed. Before delivery boy, dude's a beast. He told me himself he be delivering food for Uber Eats. That being said, he should not have one bar about how he move with heat. What you gonna pull up, waving a 5th in the Magnum, hand the customer his pizza, wait for the tip and then clap him? Do you hand over the plates and the chips and napkins before or after you blazing the clip and dashing? I'm amazed with this shit, I'm asking. And how the fuck you a delivery man and ain't got no delivery, man? Battling flu. You'd have a better chance surviving in Italy, fam. You lost undebatably. Now go take it out on your girl's stank pussy and scrub it angrily. Oh yeah, and I don't usually tip the pizza boy, instead I snuff and rob. But here's a tip, motherfucker. Get a better fucking job. Fuck out of here.
Yo, salute y'all. Great battle. This GODTIER. I'm on my way to getting drunk and my opponent's a pussy. Shout out.